So the presentation I'm going to be giving is on a policy that I'm advocating for. I have the table of contents here to kind of guide the presentation, and we will get right into it. So the bill that I'm advocating for is the YouthBuild Act. It supports YouthBuild programs, which is for low-income youth. It teaches them employment skills. It teaches them life skills training, secondary education. It provides opportunities for young people that are disadvantaged. It is sponsored by Senator Montgomery in New York City, and it currently has 12 co-sponsors. I inserted this quote here because I think it does a really great job of capturing the aspirations of the program. And I just want to point out that it talks about responsibility, families, and communities, which are the values that this program has. And it really leads into the next slide where I talk about the goals of the policy. So the goals are to establish more funding structures at a local level, meaning state level. Currently, they are funded federally, and that funding goes to all the youth programs in the nation. And so what this is going to do is going to also expand YouthBuild programs in the state. Some of the outcomes are to break the cycle of poverty, again, to rebuild, and they're looking to open the door for youth, provide a way for youth to be successful in their futures. So recently, the bill was actually passed in the Senate, which has been a really exciting milestone, considering it's been submitted since 2009. So that is really exciting in its history. And there are tons of formal and informal actors and players on this policy. Specifically, you have lots of representatives in the state that are representing these programs, including Senator Robach in Rochester. Also, Senator Chuck Schumer and Kirsten Gillibrand are both supporting it at federal levels. More informally, there are a number of organizations that are advocating for it, including the YMCA, the American Association of Community Colleges, and it really just speaks volumes as to the impact and the value within communities. So currently with the pandemic, we know that policy is going to be affected. It's going to slow down the process. Also, tax dollars are most likely going to be used to pay for this funding, and that's going to be negative for a lot of residents of the state. And there could be a potential inconsistency of funding because each YouthBuild program is its own private entity. So some forces that are impacting is, first, it's increasingly prevalent today. 1 in 5 young adults live in poverty, and that's primarily within minority communities. It has been developed with bipartisan support, which is good. Both Republicans and Democratic parties support it. However, it's mostly Democratic, considering that the sponsor is a Democrat as well. And it has a positive impact on the economy because it's going to allow for more job opportunities. It's going to, when there's more work, when there's more individuals working, it can lead to economic growth. And then this is just a graph to kind of demonstrate the stats that I mentioned above. Some strategies by YouthBuild is to provide online training sessions to address this new virtual environment and the changes from the pandemic. There are also guidelines posted online, especially for newer YouthBuild programs to refer to when beginning the program. And it talks a lot about budget allocations and where that funding is going. So that's helpful by providing a resource. And also just those partnerships that the YouthBuild has really helps to raise awareness as to what they do. And it's just finally the role of OT, although OT is not necessarily part included in the staff of this program, although it should be, it is a call to action in 2 ways. First, it's a call to action for OTs to advocate for our profession, to really explain how our clinical background can greatly contribute to this program, as well as a call to action for OTs to research interventions and programs that are serving this population. A lot of OTs will go to early intervention settings, and that's great, but we also need OTs in this type of setting as well. And these are my references. Thank you.